Hello, this is the tradesight Forex roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, March 24th, leading up till Friday, March 29th. Keep in mind that Friday is Good Friday. That's a bank holiday here in the U.S. and other parts of the world. So the Forex market, while not closed, will be fairly flat with nothing going on. Let's take a look at the dollar index daily chart here on the right side of your screen, as we usually do. And you can see the index hasn't done a lot the last 2 weeks. Basically since the beginning of March we've been fairly stable after a nice run up in February. Ranges have tightened up a bit. We're not seeing quite what we were seeing obviously in the month of February. We'd like to see that expand out again. Been playing kind of in a narrow range for a couple of weeks here. Let's take a look now at the euro dollar, and I'm going to put the Comer tool with its bar count up, and what you see here is got 11 bars, and remember 13 is your sell signal. We've got 11 bars so far now. With the Comer, we need to make new lows to get that 12th and 13th bar. So any push down under these lows for 2 days would get us a buy signal on the euro dollar. And if we do, a good target might be that static trend line. That's this green line up here, up near the 1.3450 or so area. It'll be interesting to see if we can get back to that from the 2800 area, if that's where we get the signal. Also, we've spent a lot of time in the last couple of weeks here on the euro dollar in the right on that 29.39, and I'm going to show you now an intraday chart of the euro. So here's 30-minute bars on the euro. This blue line right here is 1.2939. It's been sort of a cosmically important number for the euro for many years now, and we keep hitting it exactly. You can see the number of times we've hit it, played on both sides of it in the last couple of weeks, drawn all the way back to this level. And even if I scroll backwards, you'll eventually see the 29.39 level come back into play. It's pretty interesting how important that number is for the euro dollar. You also notice that the Comer works very well here on the 30-minute bars. There's a sell signal up here. There's another sell signal right at the high. If I go to 5-minute bars, we have not seen a lot of signals from the Comer or Seeker over the last couple of weeks, as we've been fairly narrowly contained in the market. So usually we get at least one or two a day. We really aren't seeing them at all. And that just shows you how flat and narrow the market is in general right now. So not easy to trade, but it is what it is. Sometimes that's how things work out. Let's take a look at the pound. So this is the daily chart of the pound with the Comer on it. You can see we only got to an 8 down here at the low. Static trend line up there that might be a target ultimately is this green area here. Pound's been taking a beating over the last couple of months, getting a little bit of a bounce here right now, but there's going to be a wall at that 5400 area if you look at the chart. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. Now, as usual, let's prepare for the week by taking a look at the economic data that's coming out and see what it is exactly that that we're going to want to avoid from a trading perspective. So here it is. We've got the data for the week coming out Sunday. Eurogroup meetings Monday. Nothing major all day. No U.S. data. Nothing until trade balance out of New Zealand Monday night. These times are Eastern time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. Japan's CSPI number. Overnight going into Tuesday, some minor data out of the U.K. U.S. has the durable goods in the morning, along with consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Eastern time. New home sales, Richmond Manufacturing Index. None of that's major for Forex. We've got business confidence number out of New Zealand. And then we go into Wednesday, German import prices, current account out of the UK, final GDP out of the UK for Q4, Italian retail sales, there's CPI out of Canada, 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Really at this point we still don't have any major data for the week. US pending home sales following that, a couple of Fed members speaking, building consents out of New Zealand, MI inflation gauge out of Australia, retail sales out of Japan, consumer confidence out of the UK, Australia's private sector credit. Takes us all the way to Thursday already. German retail sales and unemployment change, money supply out of Europe, private loans out of Europe. Got index of services out of the UK. Canada's got their GDP, RMPI, IPPI at 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. We've got unemployment claims and final GDP for Q4. Then Chicago PMI. And then we go into the bank holiday after that, again starting in New Zealand and Australia. Japan's still at 7:30 p.m. Thursday night, releasing manufacturing PMI, CPI, household spending, unemployment rate, and industrial production numbers. But then you've got bank holidays out of most of Europe and the U.S. for Friday, although there are some data releases on Friday, you'll notice here in the U.S., despite the holiday, including University of Michigan sentiment and personal income and spending. And then Europe finally does their time change this next weekend. The U.S. already did it a couple weekends back. So I would say overall, none of our major data points that we worry about from a trading perspective should be a straight, clean week of trading. And again, we will only have calls Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night, as Thursday is leading into the bank holiday here in the U.S. People will be taking that off. We don't do calls for those holidays. So have a great trading week, and we hope to see you at Tradesight.